Hey folks, how's it going? I'm Josh.
I'm Taylor.
I'm going to be reacting to what, my dear?
Bill Burr, how do you know the N-word is coming?
Alright folks, going to hop right into it.
It's nice to be back here down in the South, man. I had a real weird experience last time I came down here. I was in Nashville, right? Sort of an awkward social situation, right? I'm sitting at this bar. There's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And that Terrell Owens story was in like sports news. So I try to make conversation. I'm like, man, look at this guy. This guy just signed a $40 million contract. He's already bitching, man. How much money do you need to make? And the dude looks at me. He's like, you know what I say? And then he looked over his shoulder, which I now know is the telltale sign that the N-word is coming, and it's coming hard. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be pronounced with the A, it's gonna be with the R, and he hit the R, he like stuck the landing. It was like a dismount, Klan members high-fiving in the background, like doing the wave. Just out of nowhere. So now, immediately, I'm looking over my shoulder like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like this hail of black fists to come raining down on top of me. I hate when people do stuff like that. That dude made me part of like a potential ass kicking that I had nothing to do with. You don't do shit like that. He just had that word, hot potato, just threw it in my lap. Trying to pass it down to the next white dude. I hate when people do that, man. You know, it's like, dude, feel me out first. Ask some questions. Do you like to fish? Have you ever fucked your sister, right? I start rattling off answers, then you go old school. You give me a pamphlet, you tell me about your militia. Don't just dive into it. That dude was one of the angriest people I ever met. I should have known that word was coming, because he was just watching Terrell, right? Anytime I would bring up, look at man, that guy's talking trash, he would just like flip out. He won't shut up! You know, those people get like so mad they're not even looking at you. Their eyes are up, you just shut up and play the game! You know what's funny? I don't even like Terrell, but now I love the guy. Because every time I see him talking trash, I know this idiot in Nashville is just losing his mind, like kicking over his kitchen TV. Shut the fuck up! I like violence, man. I am. Not like when it happens to me or if I see it live. I like watching it on TV, you know? Watching people, you know, get attacked by animals. Just get blasted in the face or something, you know? Like, I'm a huge sports fan. You know what my favorite, like, moment of, like, the last year was in sports? That Detroit Piston, Indiana Pacer bench clearing brawl. Wasn't that great? That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was so confused when I watched ESPN that night. They were like, that was absolutely disgraceful. Basketball fans, they just must be... I'm sitting there looking like, I'm a basketball fan. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching out-of-shape civilians get the shit kicked out of them by professional athletes. It was fascinating. And I think as sports fans, we kind of had it coming, right? Because how many times you go into a game, right? You got a little too drunk, you started screaming at some dude on the field who could clearly kick the shit out of you, right? If you saw him in the parking lot, you'd be like, hey, can you sign my stamp collection? I think you're awesome. You get in the game, you're all drunk, you're like, you suck, buddy! You're a piece of shit! And they're always calling him up, come on up here! No, come on up here! Well, they came up there. They did, and they kicked the shit out of everybody. It was great. It was like a cartoon. You're like beating up whole rows of people at once, like... I loved every second. I love how Ron Artest punched the wrong guy. Wasn't that great? He taught that dude a valuable lesson in life. When shit goes down, you don't just stand there like you're watching a movie like, wow, it's coming right at me. It must be in 3D or something. That was a 5'6", 110-pound white dude, had an angry 6'10" black dude running right at him. That had to have been in his top 3 nightmares all time. Right behind getting his dick cut off and being lit on fire. And he just stood there. He's like trying to explain himself. Well, I still have the liquid in my cup, so there's no way I could have... He's an idiot.
Oh man, that's funny. That was a funny clip.
It was funny.
I didn't laugh as hard as I laughed at some of his other stuff, but that was real funny. I like the. It cracked me up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when stuff goes down. This one. Jesus Christ. I still remember that freaking day. Alright, so whenever I'm pretty calm on the up the dog thing.
Oh my God!
I'm calm on the pressure. I'm a pretty calm guy on the pressure. So this is rabbit dog. Dog looks like vicious. It's like maybe 20 feet away from us. And it's walking and kind of, you tell something's wrong with it, but it's like growling and just acting a fool. I think it had rabies or something. Well, I'm like telling Tay, like, I think you were unlocking the door. And I was like, well, I'm like, sweetie, hurry up and unlock the door so we can get inside. There's like just hurry up and unlock the door, because I didn't want to tell her because I know she'll freak out. So she's taking forever. So I grabbed the key and I started unlocking the door, like trying to get her in. I'm like, Tay, get inside. There's a dog behind us. Hurry up and get inside. And she goes, a dog? What dog? And she's like turning around.
Whatever.
And then she looks at the dog. Soon as she looks at the dog, she's like, a dog? The dog is rah! And just starts running at us. I'm trying to like go, Tay, get inside. Like I'm trying to get her in front of me so the dog won't attack her. So I'm trying to get inside. I'm potentially about to get chewed up by this dog, but she's taking her time. She's still like, dog, while I'm trying to hold the door and get her inside. Had to nudge her inside. She like pushed her inside.
You pushed me down.
No, she wouldn't move. This dog.
That's not true.
I'm gonna tell you, this is crazy. This is how close the dog was. I pushed her inside, dragged her leg out of the way, and closed the door. And as soon as I closed the door, the dog jumped on the door with full force. It was a glass door because we were going to our apartment building before we got our house. And the dog was just like, rah, going crazy, foaming all over the freaking door thing. And I'm like looking at her like, when I stay calm and try to get you to move, sweetie, I don't want to push you. And she's like, I push her. She's laughing like, why'd you push me? I'm like, look at this freaking girl. The dog's, the dog would have destroyed both of us.
First of all, that's not what happened.
It is what happened. I'm trying to protect her.
It was like a 3-second thing.
No,
you're like, Tay, get inside. I'm like, okay, give me a second. I'm trying to get the door. You're like, Tay, get inside. And you pushed me in the door.
That's not what happened.
Yes, it is.
That's not what happened.
You're acting like it was like 10 minutes.
I stayed.
Like,
It wasn't 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
It was
at
like
least
literally 3 seconds.
No, it wasn't. It was at least 10, 15 seconds. And 10 and 15 seconds it can be between you get a ton of rabies shots and get a gut, or the dog attack, because it was a big dog.
It was.
It was a big dog.
And that's fine. After you push me in, I realized, but you're acting like I was just like goofing around.
She still didn't understand like the gravity of the situation, because when I pushed her in, it wasn't like she hit the ground hard. She kind of like slid over like a goofball and started laughing like, why'd you nudge me? Why'd you nudge? I'm like, the dog, you goofball. You don't see this dog? Dog's going crazy outside the door. And she's like, oh, you're like a white person in a movie. Jesus Christ.
I'd be the first one that dies.
And then all that, the dog's going crazy outside our door, then just starts like twitching and stops and then leaves and goes down the street running somewhere. Then Tay's like, you think he's gonna be alright? Like, who gives a shit? What? The dog is rabid and crazy. We should be wondering.
Sad though. That he has rabies.
I called him, told him there was a crazy dog out there so they can come and get it for a bit of kid. I'm thinking about like, there's a bunch of kids in our neighborhood who play outside, all the type of jazz. I'm thinking about the kids and stuff. She's wondering, hey, you think that crazy rabbit dog that almost killed us is gonna be alright? Thinking goofball, man.
I'm sorry. I feel bad for animals. Everyone feels bad for kids. No one feels bad for animals. So I'm allowed to feel bad for them.
I feel bad for animals, not the rabid ones.
But it's not their fault they're rabid.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's not like they
went their
out
fault
and chose to be rabid.
I treat rabid dogs like crackheads.
Okay. Because they did crack on purpose.
They had a decision in their life.
No, they didn't.
They came across like a
crackheads.
They came across like a rabbit with rabies. And they're like, should I eat this?
Should I try it just one time?
And then the dog's like, George, it's not that bad. He's like twitching. You gotta try it at least once, George.
So stupid. Oh my god, whatever. Anyway, I don't even know why you told that
That's
story.
our story about when things go down. He said, when things go down, you get out of the way. Not this one. She asks questions.
I do.
She's like a detective when she's about to die. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please comment below, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.
Bye.